It is 2026 and Minecraft is still a very relevant game. As you can see, we are in Minecraft 26.1 and I'm going to be showing you, hopefully step by step, how to play Minecraft. I think that this is going to be a good series, and I really want to show you guys how to play the game I kind of grew up with. This is one of the first games that I really got into as a kid. And I've been playing this for, what, 12 years now? And I always seem to be able to just come back to Minecraft. So we're going to name this Your First World. So obviously you can name your world. You don't have to name your world, but if you have multiple, it's a lot easier to go ahead and remember which one. Now, obviously you're going to be able to want to be in survival mode. Now there is different modes as well. There's hardcore, which if you die, that's it. You don't want to be doing that if you are just playing Minecraft for the first time. And then there is creative, where it's just an open world and you can do basically whatever you want, build whatever you want without having to collect all the materials for it. So we're going to be doing survival. I'm going to keep it on normal mode just for this series. I usually play in hard. Allow commands you want to keep off unless you would like to cheat through the game, but I don't recommend that. Well, it doesn't really matter what I recommend, but I'm just saying I keep it off. I like to, you know, earn everything myself. So here is the survival. We're going to keep it on normal, and allow commands is off. Now, different world settings. So you can have world types: super flat, large biomes, amplified, single biome, and default. Now, if you do super flat, you can customize all of this stuff. Now, when you're in survival, you really don't want to do that. Large biomes just makes the biomes that you are in bigger. Amplified is basically a world full of massive mountains, and it can get nuts, especially if you do it in hardcore. Single biome, you can go through any single biome in the game that you want to play in, and there you go. You could also leave this seed generator completely blank, or you can just type in some random letters and that will end up giving you a random seed. Every seed is random, but we're just going to keep it blank for now. Generate structures, definitely keep that on. That is important. Bonus chest, I don't usually start with them. I can't even tell you how many times I've actually started with a bonus chest on, but we're going to keep that off as well. And now game rules, experiments. The experiments and the data packs, unless you have mods installed and data packs for the one world, you don't need any of this. But game rules, you have, you know, announce your advancements, show your death messages, all of that stuff like that. Now, the one that I always do change is way down here, and it is fire spread radius. If you want to build stuff with, build a fireplace in your house without your house burning down because it is made of wood, you want to make sure that you have your fire spread radius set to 0, or the whole thing will burn down. And I learned that the hard way years and years ago. So this is the loading screen into Minecraft right here, and here we are. Now we are going to spawn in a forest biome with a bit of a mountain range behind us, some water surrounding. This is actually a very beautiful seed. So if this is your first time playing Minecraft, or you're watching this series because, hey, that's a little bit of support, there is the seed. I will also link it down in the description as well. That way, if you want to play on this world right alongside me, well, there you go. So the first thing that you want to do is hopefully you don't spawn in a tree, but here we are spawned in a tree, and I'm gonna carefully get down out of this tree. I don't really want to take any damage, even though it doesn't matter. So first thing you want to do is you want to grab yourself some wood. Getting wood is probably the most important thing in this game. It's what you always want to do when you start out in a Minecraft world. So now that you have your wood, you want to open your inventory. And if you don't know how to do any of this, I can't go through all of it because there is a lot. So your controls are right here. If you go under, you pause the game and then you go to options, controls, keybinds. Now this is everything that you need to know. Now some of my stuff is different than what yours is going to be. I have a couple of my things on my mouse and other things like that. But here is what you need to know. And this is basically, you know, hey, what is all this stuff? So this is your basic controls right up here at the top. Usually shift or sprint is your left shift button, and your sneak is, or no, sorry, sprint is usually left control, and then sneak is left shift. But I changed them because my fingers don't work that way. So now that we have that all figured out, we can go ahead and hit escape and get back into the game. So first thing you want to do, very important, you want to make a crafting table, which is 4 wood like this. Make sure that you craft it into planks first, or you're not going to be able to do any of that. Next is you'll always want to make some sticks. Now the reason you want to make some sticks is, well, because for one, you're going to want to make a pickaxe. So it would be 2 sticks like this and 3 planks across the top, and there is your wooden pickaxe. And you can also, which I don't usually do this, but you can make an axe as well right there to get more wood. The pickaxe is for stone, axe is for wood. And then if you don't feel like, you know, oh man, this is a lot of clicking, a little book right here that you can left click on, and it gives you everything that you can craft. Now obviously you're like, well, how much? There's like 400 plus items that you can craft in Minecraft. Every time you get something new, like a piece of wood or stone or anything of that nature, it will come up that now you can craft something new with it. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab ourselves up some more wood. 4 more should be plenty good. Now, the next thing that you want to know is, if this was hardcore, this would be absolutely key. You absolutely have to have this. But since we are in just survival, it doesn't matter that much, but it is still a good thing to have. And that is food. You always need food. Your health bar, which is on the right, will go away. Well, your hunger bar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some food. And by killing the cows, well, we are going to get food that we can cook. Cows drop beef and leather. Leather can be made to make armor, do stuff with enchanting, so on and so forth. So now, next thing also is we need a bed to survive the night. Now, you don't have to have a bed, but I highly recommend that you have a bed. Now, if you want to craft a bed, you have to have 3 of the same colored wool. Obviously, this sheep, not a white sheep. And you can you make? No, you cannot. So we're just going to dump that off. So basically what you want to do is you want to find either 3 of the same colored sheep and take their wool. And by the way, you don't have to kill the sheep. If you want to get iron first and then make shears to get the sheep, you are perfectly okay with doing that as well, but you need 2 iron to do that. So what I like to do is, oh, okay, well, those flowers make white dye. So we are going to take this dye and we are going to not waste it on this sheep because, yeah. So we're going to get that sheep out of here as well and find the last sheep as well. Where, here he is. And we are going to dye him white and then bang, there we go. Now we have 3 wool. So with your crafting table, you can go in here and 3 wool across the top. I'm going to turn this off for the moment. And then you want to take your planks and 3 planks on the bottom. In the middle section, that's where you want your wool. We're also going to go ahead and just make some more planks as well. Now, the next thing that we want to do is, you can do this a couple different ways. You can get more food, which I'm going to do right here because food is important. All right, you know what? I ain't looking for that chicken. I don't care. So the next thing that you want to do is, well, kind of whatever you want to do. But for me, I like to get stone first. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves 3 pieces of stone right here. And I'm going to chuck those things away because I don't like clutter, and that's what we're going to get. So now we can make our first stone pickaxe, and if you can see up in the top right of the corner, we have new recipes unlocked, and also we got an advancement. So now from there you can just mine the stone faster and also get coal. You can get coal with a wooden pickaxe, but it just takes forever. So in my own way, I love to just mine the coal myself. Well, obviously mine it myself, but I like to use a stone pickaxe, and it just makes it a little bit faster. Actually, a lot faster, because stone is very, very slow. So now that we have that, we can go ahead and go back into our crafting table. Quickly, just go ahead and make ourselves a stone axe. And now we want to get more cobblestone. That way we can make a furnace. Actually, I want to get 16 cobblestone so I can make 2 furnaces, and then I will make one of them furnaces into a smoker. What a smoker does is a smoker gives you enough, it cooks your food faster. So you take your cobblestone, it's 8 cobblestone, you leave the center one blank, and then you can make a furnace. So in this instance we're going to be making 2. I really didn't have to take that guy down, but we're going to grab some more wood. Now, I had said I want to make a smoker. Now, I really like using a smoker for cooking my food. You can use a regular furnace, it doesn't matter, but I like for it to go a little bit faster. So what you want to do is you want to put 4 pieces of logs, just like this, and then take one of them furnaces, bang, put it right in the middle, and now you have a smoker. So while we're standing here, we're going to go ahead and take 1 piece of coal. 1 piece of coal will smelt 8 pieces of anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's iron, food, gold, basically anything that you can smelt. 8 pieces of that equals 1 piece of coal. So a stack of 64, which is how things stack in this game, except for like eggs and snowballs and yada yada yada. Those stack in 16s. But now that we have this all established, what we can do is wait for our steak to be completely done. We can actually go ahead and pick up our crafting table, grab the rest of our steak, pick up our smoker, leave that leaf litter because I don't want it yet. And now we can, also we do have a bed. We'll grab our bed down there as well. And now we can go ahead and find ourselves somewhere to build. And now, this is perfect actually. So this is the forest biome, and if you hit F3 on your keyboard, it will tell you what you are in. It might be able to tell you, no, we're too far away. So we are in a forest biome right now, and I'm going to go over there to where you see them pink trees, and that is the cherry grove biome. And you might be like, okay, well, what's the difference? Now, the way that I like to build in Minecraft is I like to find a spot that looks really good and it's, you know, kind of flowing with life, as you would say. Now, if you've ever watched Minecraft videos, a lot of people will go into one area called the plains biome, and that's where they will always set up, because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna find a village in the plains biome. Villages spawn in plains biomes, spruce biome, to savanna, and a couple other. Okay, I'm getting shot at by a trident, which the trident actually oh my god, this is actually bad. The trident in Java is really hard to get. If you play Bedrock, tridents are a lot more likely to drop from killing a drown, but I don't think I can see him right now. Yeah, he's just down there just throwing his trident at me. And be careful if you do not have armor trying to get a trident, because oh hey, there's a village over there. well, I wanted to save that for next video, but here we are. We can actually get into a village here in this episode. So we are going to sleep through our first night, and you have to wait for the sun to pretty much, well, that's the moon. Sun, you can't even see the sun right now, but you want to wait for the sun to go basically completely down before you can sleep. And here we are, getting our first night's sleep inside of Minecraft. All sleeping does through the night is, when you're out in the wilderness, is help you not die from the mobs. And trust me, mobs are mean. So we will come back to this cherry grove biome, and I would actually kind of like to build our first house here, but I do want to go ahead and quickly just run over to the village, which seems like it's not that great to get to, just to show you guys around the village. So now you can see my hunger bar on the right side of the screen is starting to go down. So all you got to do is, with steak fills, I think, 5 or 4.5 to 5 of your hunger bars. And now we can get into the water here, swim across, and go check out this little tiny village that we have over here, and see if they have any goodies for us. Now, villages sometimes spawn with 3 houses or 50 houses. Okay, not actually 50, but quite a few. They can spawn with quite a few. Now, if you walk into a village and there is cobwebs all over where the windows are supposed to be, that means that there's no villagers here that are worth anything, because, well, they all died in a tragic accident. Ouch. So this village does not look like it really has anything good for us, except for this house right here. Now, this house will have this guy in it, which he's supposed to be this guy. Now, this is a blast furnace, and I'm going to keep this blast furnace. The way you craft that, actually, 4, 5, you need, I think you only need 3 pieces of smooth stone. Now, this is smooth stone. The way that you make smooth stone is, in a regular furnace, you smelt down cobblestone, and then you smelt down the stone into smooth stone. And anyway, a blast furnace is really good for smelting your items, such as any of your ores. So iron, gold, iron, gold, iron, gold, copper. Would it be? So this guy here, this is a mason, and what he has in his workstation, this is a stone cutter, which I'm also going to take because that's actually very useful to me in the early game. So this village, very small, nothing really happening here. So we will actually visit this village once again in the future, whenever we are ready to, well, do things with villagers. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to take an edit until we are back over at the Cherry Grove Forest. Okay, so we are back at the Cherry Grove biome, where we are going to build our very first starter home. What I like to do is, I like to implicate many of different types of blocks into my builds, but for just this first episode, we are going to stay away from that, and then later on in the future, whenever we build something else, we will implement other things. Now, to build a house, you really only need, well, a couple things, that being a crafting table. And that's pretty much all you really need, is a crafting table. And you also need a block to build with. Now, this is kind of funny, but back in the day, when Minecraft first came out, everybody was building houses out of dirt, which, and actually nowadays it's kind of funny because we have these things called mud blocks and all of this other fun stuff to actually, you know, build houses out of dirt and it not look like, well, nasty dirt. Oh, hello. Okay, so this is a beehive. Actually, sorry, this is called a bee nest. Now, what a bee nest and a beehive are, well, the bee nest is the one that spawns naturally in the world. You do not want to mess with this unless you have a campfire underneath of it, because what'll happen is the bees will attack you and poison you. Sorry, I'm sick, so I had to mute my microphone real quick so I could sneeze. Anyway, so the bee nest and bee hives, both of them actually need to have a campfire underneath of them before you can do anything with them. I'm not going to get into that in this first episode, just because, well, I'm not gonna be mining in this episode per se. So a big thing that you want to do in preparation of building your... What the heck was that noise? The new update has the animals sounding so much different. The pigs sound crazy. Anyway, you want to make sure that you have a clear area for building your starter home. Now, you don't have to go absolutely massive with your first house. You don't, it just needs to be somewhere that if you're getting chased by zombies or skeletons or spiders or creepers or baby zombies, and you'll find out because I'm sure when I find one of them in a further episode or whatever, I will probably scream like a little girl. But you always want to make sure that you have a bit of a clear space to be able to build your first house. You don't want a bunch of stuff in the way. And also leveling the ground might also be a very good idea for your first house. So we're going to slap our crafting table down right there, and we are going to collect these saplings. Now, cherry trees are probably the best tree to get more saplings from. They drop saplings like absolutely crazy. I mean, cherry trees are insane for dropping saplings. So I don't know what the drop rate for a cherry tree is, but it's a lot. So we have cherry wood here, cherry logs. We are quickly going to go ahead and get our first house built. Now, I'm going to kind of diversify this a little bit. So I want this house to not be very big. So we're going to go with 1 block there, and then 1, 2, 3 blocks in between, and then bang, just like that. So there's actually 5 blocks right here. So we'll do the same. 3 in between, 3 in between, and there you have it. Now this is a very small house. So we're actually going to make this 1 bigger each way. There we go. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 in between on everything. So now what we can do, go ahead, we're going to split those and grab ourselves some cherry planks and just put ourselves some walls up very, very easily, just like that. Take our cherry logs and we'll go up 2 more, just like this. Oops. And then bang, there you go. So now you can choose a spot where you want your door to go. I'm just going to have my door right here. I'm going to take and shovel that out, put a cherry plank down there, and then craft ourselves a cherry door, just like so. Now what we can do is go ahead and take our planks and just cover everything in just like this. Now normally I would take the logs and put them across like their beams, so on and so forth, but this will work for now. So I'm also going to go ahead and punch some holes in the walls for some windows. Do you have to have windows in your house? No. Does it look better? Absolutely. So that's why we're going to go ahead and punch some holes in the walls to get ourselves some windows. Now, another thing that you are going to need while you are, building your house, and well, it kind of just depends on how you build it too, but we are going to quickly go ahead and make a shovel. So what you need for a shovel is 2 sticks. And I don't have any cobblestone, so let's quickly, since it's getting dark, go ahead and just hop down here, hop down here, hop down here. Grab 1 piece of cobblestone. Perfect. Just like so. And now we can go ahead and make ourselves a shovel. Now, like I said, a shovel is 2 sticks like this, and then a piece of cobblestone up at the very top. And you can actually use these sides too. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to have it directly in the middle because it is a shovel. Same thing with a sword, because a sword is just 1 stick and then 2 of whatever you are using right there at the top. So let's go ahead and excavate this right here. This is going to be our floor. So there we go, just like that. And we are actually going to go ahead and throw down a bit of oak plank instead of cherry, just to kind of break up the color just a little bit. And now we can go ahead, slap our bed down in our brand new house and take another sleep. So now that we have our walls and everything up like that, we're going to go ahead and we are going to take our crafting table, put it in our house, take our stone cutter, put it on top of the crafting table. You don't have to do it like this, but this is how I'm going to do it. And then over here, we're going to put our furnace, smoker, and blast furnace, just like that. And then go ahead and put some coal in that guy. And now we are going to go ahead and head on down to where we can find some sand. Now you can find some sand. You can always find sand in the water somewhere. This, I hope this guy with the trident's still not down here. You can always find sand in the water if you want to do that. Now it does take an extra long time if you're underwater with a mining anything underwater, unless you have enchantments on a helmet or, you know, yada yada yada. Or you can do the door trick. Now the door trick is, well, this. Have you ever find yourself and you're like, oh my god, hey, there's diamonds or there's iron or whatever, and I want it. You have a door and you place it down in the water, you can mine the same speed. If you don't, it don't take that much longer, especially for sand, but that is how you can do that. So now that we have ourselves some sand, we have 20 pieces, and we don't need 20 pieces, but we're gonna go ahead and hop back up to our little home that we just built right up here, and we are going to go ahead and smelt our sand down into glass. That way we can put ourselves some windows in. So you have to put sand, so sand, cobblestone, stone, anything that you smelt, unless it is an ore or food, has to go into here. Food goes in here, ores go in here, everything else goes into a regular furnace, and it does smelt kind of slow. But while we are waiting on that, we're gonna grab some more cherry wood right up here. We'll take this tree. We'll take this tree because this should be plenty enough wood for us to go ahead and put ourselves on a roof for our lovely new home. Also, I believe your reach for hitting things is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is 7 blocks. So if you're standing on 1 block and you want to hit things, as long as you are like directly below them, it will be 7 blocks. So like these cherry trees, I think the tallest that they are is 7. They might be 8 tall. I'm not exactly sure. I'm pretty sure they're only 7 blocks tall 99.879% of the time. So now we have our roof right here, and the way that we're going to build this roof is quite simple. Actually, we're going to go ahead and craft ourselves some more planks, and then we are going to go to our crafting table and craft ourselves some stairs. So if you craft stairs, I don't think that you can do this backwards. Oh, you can. So as long as you have 3 spots open like this, that's how you can craft yourself some stairs. Now I'm going to do it the other way. And also, if you hold your left mouse button down while you're crafting and you just drag it, that is how you can make more of what you want. Same thing with the right mouse button. If you just hold it and drag, that is also how you can craft things and, you know, just fill up the space easier. So 28 stairs should be plenty enough, I do believe. Now this is a small house, so this actually will not take very many. So we are going to just build a really simple and easy roof right here. Now, if you've watched Minecraft videos before and you're like, wow, I want to build something like that, which eventually in this series we will go into further detail on how to build some buildings that look a little bit better. And what in the heck am I doing? So I should probably explain that too. So if you want a stair to be upside down, you look at the top of the block. If you don't want it to be upside down, you look at the bottom of the block. Super simple, super easy to remember. Now, always have some overhang on your builds, because I think that overhang makes your builds look 10 times better. And I actually am going to need some more stairs, but we will get to that in just a moment. Just like so. And we will go ahead and bang, bang, bang. Remove this one again. Bang, 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 and bang. Perfect, just like that. Now we'll hop back down into the house. Gonna go ahead and craft ourselves up a bunch of stairs. 40 more. Should be plenty good. Just like that. And now we can finish off. We can possibly... Alright. Let's pretend like that didn't happen. Right. There we go. Now we can finish off our roof on our small little starter home and make it look really, really good. There it is. Bang. Well, that one's upside down, so I gotta fix that. But let's go ahead and pop up here. Get that one off. Do that. Also, well, actually, we'll go ahead and quickly do this. Do this. Do this. Oh my god. So this is a skeleton. This is a guy that you want to be careful of, because, well, he shoots arrows and they hurt you. So that was great that I got to, you guys got to experience it. So put the closing touches up here onto the roof, like so, and there you have it. So now that you have yourselves a roof on your house, it looks good, you're nice and cozy, you can go ahead, go back into your furnace, grab your glass, and just for giggles, because this is already a pink house, what we're going to do, we're going to take some of these pink petals, and we are going to make ourselves some dyes. All you got to do, just put the pink petals, any flower, you can put into here, just like we made the white dye earlier. So now that we have the pink dye, we're going to go ahead and, first of all, take our glass, click it into here. As long as you have one of these, the top and the bottom, empty, all you need is six pieces of glass. Do that. And now what you want to do is you want to take your glass panes. Now these are glass panes. And now you can go ahead and do that. Shift click those down. And now you have 16 glass panes right there for your whatever you want to do with them. So actually we can go ahead and knock out this top block here and just put another window in up there, just like so. So basically with glass panes, you only really want, like, if you were building an all glass house, you wouldn't want them for here. Well, I don't know why you would do that. Well, I guess if you want to make a greenhouse, you can do it that way as well. But now the last thing on the agenda here is you want to make yourselves some torches. So to make torches, I just flew through that, but you need a stick and then some coal or charcoal. And the way that you make charcoal is you put any type of wood into the fuel source, and then you take logs and you put them into the input, and then bang, there you go, you can have logs. So what I like to do is just kind of go around the house, make sure that the area around the whole house is lit up, just like so. And now we have light on the outside, and with the windows, it's actually kind of shining through a little bit too, which is very good. So now we have light inside our house, outside of our house. So nothing can actually spawn within, I think, like 10 blocks of your house, either direction, now that you have lights up. Now there is mods to show you exactly where the dark spots are, which are very nice to have. But I don't usually play Minecraft with mods. So now the last thing that we can do real quick is we are going to quickly just make a small little pathway to kind of spruce up the area a little bit. And so we're going to take some of our cherry wood here and just kind of make like a random type pattern, just like so. Then actually go ahead and do that as well, and bang, there you go. There is our first house inside of the first episode of the beginner's guide for Minecraft 26.1. That is pretty much all I wanted to explain here in this video. This is how to survive your first couple nights. If you guys did enjoy and you are new to playing Minecraft, make sure to like the video, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and if you are an experienced Minecraft player and you are just watching this because you're like, hey, you know what, I want to see how some other people play the game, well, here you go. So everything that we needed to cover in this video has been covered, and I appreciate you guys very much for tuning in to this video. I will see you guys in the next one, where we take on the caves to get ourselves geared up more so we don't die. You don't want to die. I will see you guys next time. Have a good one. Until then, peace out and goodbye.